home buyer or investor? If yes, this video is perfect for you. Well, usually kapag ikaw ay first time home buyer or investor, ang mga tinitingnan mo lamang is yung kailangan mo at saka yung gusto mo na certain property. But have you ever think about or talk about the stuff that nobody warned you? And this video will be about 4 uncommon questions that a smart buyer usually regret not knowing sooner. Number 1 is, what is the ideal down payment for a first time buyer? Well, usually down payment is around 10 to 20% of the total cost of the property if it's under developer or under banks. While putting some money down in smaller monthly payments, saving some for cash for emergencies and for repairs and maintenance might be smarter. Pag nabigyan ka na ng sample computation ng agent or ng broker, huwag kang mahiyang magtanong if there are other options pa na might be suitable or workable for you. There's a lot of good offer in the market. Just don't be afraid to ask for the best offer. So our number 2 question is now the good time or the best time to buy or sell a property? Well, the typical answer is, the best time to buy is always 5 years ago. Ito yung usual na maririnig mo sa isang agent or broker. While prices were lower back then, the bigger question is, were you ready? Well, probably not. You might still have been studying or building your wealth. Kasi if ready ka nga naman talaga, for sure pumili ka na ng property mo. And ako rin kasi back then, 5 years ago, graduating pa lang ako ng college. For me, the best definition of the best time to buy is as early as possible, when there's an ample inventory to choose from. Because you can leverage and choose the best location of the property that suits your needs. Think about your preferences, either it's a house and lot facing sunset or facing sunrise, or just proximity to the amenities, or a unit or property located near the entrance. For selling naman, the ideal time to sell your property is during the scarcity of inventory. It's called the seller's market. It's just a basic supply and demand. High supply means lower prices, while low supply means higher prices. But for the buyers, the real best time is when you're financially and mentally ready. Ask yourself, am I truly prepared for this commitment? Number 3 is, should I rent or should I buy? Marami akong nakausap na confused sila kung dapat nga ba silang bumili or mag-rent lang. Or here's my tip. Renting is like paying someone else's mortgage. Ito na yung old-fashioned way or secret ng mga investors kung paano sila kumikita at paano nila napaparami yung mga properties nila. Nag-i-invest sila sa isang property kung saan enough yung monthly rental rate para i-cover yung mortgage fee nila and inuulit nila yung cycle. While buying naman is like investing in your own future. If you plan to stay in one place for 3 to 5 years, buying usually makes sense. For example, if mag-rent ka ng 1-bedroom unit in Makati, it would usually cost 30 to 60,000 pesos per month, depending on the location and the developer, and sometimes mas mataas pa yung rate kung mas luxury type of unit siya. Let's say it's 30,000 per month. So in 1 year, it's 360,000. And in 5 years, it's about 1.8 million na. Imagine if ikaw ay maglalabas ng ganun kalaking halaga, enough na ito para mag-cover ng down payment mo para sa sarili mong property. Let's say if it's a property in Avida Towers, Makati South Point. It's the latest project of Avida in Makati. Meron silang rent on offer ngayon this month. So, for a studio unit, maglalabas ka lang ng 10% or 400 to 600,000, and after your down payment, pwede ka na maka-move in 6 months after clearing the requirements and the 10% down. So, your monthly would be around 17 to 20,000. Ano nga ba ang mas okay? Bumili or mag-rent na lang? Well, ang sagot dyan is depende dun sa long-term goal. Our last is, what is the biggest mistake people make after the sales? So, ignoring the after costs like repairs, maintenance, property taxes, insurance, utilities, association dues, and emergency funds. Yung emergency funds talaga, ito yung pinaka-importante. Many focus on the down payment and the mortgage fee lang. Sometimes nakakalimutan nila na ang ownership ng property is a long-term financial responsibility. For example, maintenance like repairing walls, plumbing, or replacing old wiring is common ito sa mga pre-owned homes. While even new units needs upkeep like aircon servicing. Para sa mga other fees pa, like transfer fees, notary fees, or even sudden assessments ng mga developers. Utilities is a common expense. Water, electricity, and internet. Association dues are the monthly fees for securities, elevators, amenities, or even the common condo and subdivision fees. Emergency fund. Paano if kailangan mong i-repair yung roof mo or magkaroon ng fridge breaks? Kung wala kang savings, you probably rely on loans with high interest. Ang budget for the emergency fund, it should be 1 to 3% of the property's value for the annual maintenance. Well, let's say if you have a condo for around 5 million pesos, that's 50,000 per month or about 150k per year. So always ask the developers about the cost and the upfront cost bukod pa dun sa total na babayaran mo. But the bottom line is, owning a property is a lifelong responsibility and you should plan for the total cost, not only the sticker price. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments or send me a private message. I'll answer it in my next video or reply as soon as I can.